Okay, now we're going to look at a low pressure defense. And low pressure is essentially, some coaches refer to it as kind of a sagging into the eight. All of your defenders sag into the eight, and the on ball defender pretty much hovers around the 12 and invites the attacker to attack in at her. Again, we're still communicating, we're still taking things away. This on ball defender still wants to encourage the attacker to go to the non dominant side as long as there's help there. That doesn't change. What does change is the off ball defenders are going to be in around the 8. They're going to cheat over it a little bit. They're going to keep their sticks to the inside of the 12, the inside of the 8 in the passing lanes, and they're going to look to help at the 8 instead of the 12. So as this attacker comes in to where this on-ball defender wants her to, we're going to slide over and intercept and try to form the double around the 8. Okay, again, we're still going to have the first off-ball attacker coming in, so we're going to have to take a deeper angle inside the 8 to cut her off and force her to go behind, and we're still going to face guard, or at least what I consider to be a face guard, that cutter the whole way through until she is no longer on the ball side, at which time we're going to hold up around the 8 and we're going to turn and pretty much look back in this direction to make sure nobody else is snuck in behind us. That's what can happen a lot of times. So at this point, again, we're gonna slide up from the bottom. To ensure the second cutter doesn't make it through, we're going to come over. We're going to slide down. Okay, we're going to shift everywhere until this attacker is forced back out. At which time, again, we're not going to chase her out here. We're just going to stop around the 12. The doubler is going to check into the middle and look for where she needs to fill and go out there. Okay, and then from there, from that point, again, that attacker might send the ball, not herself, but send the ball around, 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 around. And then we have a new attack motion starting maybe from behind. Again, we're trying to take away that upfield. We don't want her going over the top. We want to get her to roll inside. We've got to occupy her for a few seconds so that our help, which is going to come from the opposite side, at least again in the way I see this defense, because my big fear is this off-ball cutter from the top. This is a big deal. All right, so as this challenge comes, this cutter, if this is the slider, if the slider comes from the top, then our second slide has really not got an angle to get in front of her and redirect if she's coming from the top. Okay, so I like to leave this defender in place, force, keep a face guard position with this attacker as she comes around while we work to force this attacker to back out, at which time again we're going to check in. We're going to look for where is that open attacker, and we're going to get over to help. But the big difference is where we're going to engage the attackers from. Right, we're going to engage just inside the 12. We're going to double just around the 8, and everybody else is going to crowd the 8, keeping their feet out, but just keeping their feet out, but their stick inside the 8, keeping those sticks in at all times to cut off any attackers that might be back cutting into that area. So, low pressure defense, just a sagging version of the high pressure defense. We're still sliding to help. We're still doubling the ball as it becomes a threat to us inside the 8. And we're still man to man.